So, who really built the Orwell Bridge? A few years ago I was here, which is across the river, a place called Orwell Country Park, and the tide was out a long way. I was out there walking with my wife and I could see a row of wooden stumps in the water. And I was pondering what they were out loud to my wife, and a passerby said, that is the remains of the Roman bridge across the River Orwell. The River Orwell being that little thin strip you can see there. Now, I've lived in Ipswich my whole life, or nearby, and I know the area very well, and I'm quite interested in local history. So is this guy right? Could there be a wooden bridge? I asked loads of people. No one could give me any concrete information, either whether there was a Roman bridge or whether there wasn't. One bloke I asked even replied, "Have you decided what you like to eat tonight, or would you like more time with the menu?" Anyway, this guy got me thinking as I stood there looking at the stumps. I smiled at the man politely and kind of didn't really think much more of it, but it played in my mind, and I thought, could there really have been a Roman bridge across the River Orwell? I even asked my dad if he knew about the bridge. I said, "Dad, when you were a boy, do you remember there being a Roman bridge across the River Orwell?" His reply was even less helpful than the waiter in the restaurant. Quite a lot spicier as well. I mean, these stumps, were they really Roman? Would they last that long? I decided some research was needed. So I set off to the Suffolk Heritage Explorer website. The Suffolk Heritage Explorer website is run by Suffolk County Council, so it should be a good source of reliable information. And almost as soon as I got to the website, which is a complete fire hose of historical information, I found a map that showed Orwell Country Park and an area sketched out that was exactly the same area I was looking at. It was the stumps. Problem is, this area on the map isn't marked out as a Roman bridge, it's marked out as a landing pier. Now, you might think the fact that the website called those stakes, that area, a landing pier might be the end of my research, but it wasn't, because there's a few things on this website that gave me cause to believe it might not be a perfect source. The landing pier is described in the first paragraph or two as a landing pier, but later on in the description on this webpage it calls it a boat hard. Now, I'm not sure what a boat hard is, so I went to Mr. Google's and I searched boat hard, and it just confirmed something I already knew. Sailing is a tricky business. There's an Ordnance Survey map from 1904 that first shows this landing pier, this area, these stakes. So it's looking unlikely there's going to be a Roman bridge. But again, there's more gaps in the facts here, because even although the previous Ordnance Survey map from 1884 doesn't show a landing pier or a boat hard or anything, a bit more research revealed that sometimes Ordnance Survey just kind of left stuff off. Final problem we've got with the Suffolk Heritage Explorer website is that it declares the landing pier or boating hard as being post-medieval, which dates it from between 1840 and 1900 AD, which is a big span. And it also means I'm post-medieval, you're post-medieval, a lot of things are post-medieval. But the Suffolk Heritage Explorer website isn't the only source of information. So I looked somewhere else. On the Suffolk Heritage website, I found extracts of a book published in 1933 and written by J. Reed Moyer and Guy Maynard. Now, this book discusses there being a Roman villa in Ipswich in the Castle Hill area of town. So we know Romans were definitely in the area, they had a presence. I mean, things were fairly lively for them just down the road from Ipswich in Colchester. But so far, I'm not finding any facts that state there was definitely a Roman bridge in Ipswich. None of these books have got anything in them about there being a Roman bridge over the River Orwell. But they're mostly Woodhouse and Mark Twain, so they probably wouldn't have. Now, the BBC website states that there's been a port in Ipswich since around Saxon times. And I've heard lots of kind of stories from local people about there being a Viking invasion in Ipswich. In fact, some people claim that Ipswich was the site of the first recorded Viking invasion. But these are just kind of oral bits of history. There's nothing I can verify. These people couldn't give me facts. And I'm starting to wonder if I expect too much from waiters in Ipswich. So there's always been a lot of activity around the River Orwell, going back a really long time. So it kind of makes sense that if anyone was going to build a bridge, it would be linked to commerce for somehow, you know, charge people to cross the bridge, or I don't know, it just makes sense to me. But can I say for definite there was a Roman bridge across the River Orwell? I don't think I can. Was that random stranger who nudged me and said that was a Roman bridge, was he correct? Probably not. Are you asking yourself why you've been watching this video? Possibly. Because in answer to who built the first Orwell Bridge, I ain't got a clue. Absolutely no idea. Cheers for watching though.